Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Saturn Slam review. We're going to be tackling NXT from June 27th, 2018. We will also be discussing a little bit of news because when we do these on time and only have one episode to review, we have more time to discuss other things. Such as of, I guess, the day of the show, honestly, Brock Lesnar is not booked to wrestle at SummerSlam.
He's booked like Undertaker, but he's just undertaking his check home to the bank. Ooh.
I mean, Undertaker, yes, during the later stages of his career, would only wrestle at WrestleMania pretty much. But he'd have the best match on WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm not going to put any effort into my jokes of Brock Lesnar because he doesn't put in any effort into his...
Yeah, let's see. How long has he been Universal Champion? I know longer than Punk was WWE Champion. Although Punk defended that title like 80 times, and Brock Lesnar has defended the Universal Championship, including on house shows, like 12 times. All right, let's see. Brock Lesnar has been WWE Universal Champion for 449 days. So 450 tomorrow at the end of June. He's not defending it all of July, so that's 481. If he doesn't defend it at SummerSlam, that's 503 days. And he's had like 6 title defenses, so he's on pace. If he doesn't wrestle till like Survivor Series, or more likely the Royal Rumble, if he doesn't actually go on SummerSlam, he will be on pace to average 1 Universal title defense per 100 days.
You must wait 100 days before you can face the Brock.
My gut tells me that plans will change and he'll be at SummerSlam. They'll sign him to more dates if they have to. I just can't imagine. Like, plans change all the time. We saw it when they had this multi-man match they were doing for the shot at Brock at SummerSlam at Extreme Rules, and now it's just a singles match between Lashley and Reigns, which, you know, definitely has everyone excited.
Yeah.
They just need to scrap the fucking Universal title belt altogether. Like, when Roman wins it, or Seth, or whomever, Braun, I don't give a shit who, just get rid of that belt. It looks stupid to begin with. And it's a joke of a belt. Like, Finn Balor had it for all of a day. Seth Rollins had it for... Actually, Seth Rollins never had it. That's right. Kevin Owens had it, and he was booked as a chicken shit comedy heel champion. And then Goldberg won it, because Brock versus Goldberg needed the title, and then Brock won it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And he's defended it a whopping 6 times since winning it.
Yeah. Maybe he just keeps it, and then he quits, and it just disappears like that.
Yeah. I was listening to Observer Live today, but I didn't finish it. I don't know. I'm going to look up right now. If Brock Lesnar did not re-enter the USADA testing pool by today, he would not be eligible. He will not have. There was not enough time left in the year for him to have enough clean tests to be eligible to fight in the UFC again this year. And it looks like he... I don't know.
Not likely.
Okay, no one really knows yet if he's re-entered the pool, but we'll know soon. And if he hasn't, then that means he's, like I said, not fighting again this year, so there's no fucking reason why he shouldn't be at SummerSlam.
Yeah. But I was going to say something that might have defended him after I said the word but. There's nothing I can say.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and people wondered why we were boycotting Raw when they were brand exclusive pay-per-views.
Now you know, ladies and gentlemen. More, just watch it in real time with us and just soak it in.
Yeah.
Soak it all in.
On to happier news.
Yeah.
The NXT episode from this week. We'll maybe watch and review the UK tournament, or at least the big matches from the UK tournament, like the championship championship defenses, which I heard, and I heard there was an awesome 6-man between Pete Dunne and Mustache Mountain and the Undisputed Era. That I definitely want to check out. And we do still plan to review the top 2 matches from the New Japan Dominion show from a long time ago. So
Yeah.
we'll get to those eventually, I promise. But without further ado, this past week's of NXT. So Aleister Black came out, cut a promo, said that he overcame incredible odds to defeat Lars Sullivan at NXT TakeOver Chicago. And then Tommaso Ciampa came out. So it looks like they're setting up Ciampa and Black for the title at Brooklyn, which I don't hate that idea, but I want Ciampa and Gargano and Hell in a Cell.
I know this.
I want it.
Booking, like the booking on these things is not like that's a bad match. I don't want it. The booking is there's so many good matches. How do I fucking? What do I cut?
They teased Ricochet and Black feuding at the UK tournament show. I read in the Observer this week. But, it just... I understand if Ciampa wins the title, then you can have Gargano... the end of this feud can be Gargano winning the title, which is a feel-good moment for everyone. The problem with that is that it involves Aleister Black losing in singles competition, which he is yet to do. We'll get more heat on Ciampa, but if you get any more heat on Ciampa, he might actually collapse the planet.
Yeah. I'm just glad they're moving Ciampa on to someone else. They're just, for a little bit here.
Yeah. Well, my suspicion is that eventually we will have a Ricochet versus Ciampa #1 contenders match, which Gargano will interject himself into, leading to the impetus for hopefully the Hell in a Cell match. And I know some of you might be saying, you've said Hell in a Cell a million fucking times. We get you on it. Why do you keep bringing it up? I'll tell you why I keep bringing it up. I have black magic powers. I summoned James Ellsworth back into the WWE unwittingly. I am attempting to use my powers for good this time.
Yeah, we gotta try. It might be like the fucking Spider-Man. You only get one. But we don't know.
I need to shoot my shot.
Side note, think about people with fucking superhero powers. Like, I feel like someone's just gonna get a superpower in the comics that's just so fucking convoluted. And like, they would like never know. They're like, I can switch the positions of 500 atoms at a time. Do some crazy shit.
Like, I can sleep. My REM cycles are exactly 90 minutes long.
Yeah. Or just be like some fucking ridiculous, crazy power, but they never know. And Kurt's power might be summoning correct bookings.
Controlling the booking of WWE.
Yeah,
that's clearly not the case. Unless it's in like very specific instances. Because if any of you have watched the show for any period of time, you would know full well that WWE does not book the way I think they should.
Kona Reeves defeats
Max Umberto.
I was trying to do a segue, but Kona Reeves is too ungainly for segues.
There was a sizable Max Umberto chant. Kona Reeves is a lot taller than I thought he was. He's
String Bane.
He's
Yeah.
okay.
He doesn't have the mustache anymore. I
No,
like
that's
that
true.
better.
I agree.
But
No mustache is an improvement.
he's still like he is lanky in the ring.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great physique. He's tall, and he's somewhat muscular. He looks like he could do something vaguely athletic. He does not necessarily look like a professional wrestler. He's just okay. He's definitely a guy who belongs in developmental. I don't know if he's really ready to be pushed on NXT television in the manner he is. But, you know, they're trying to do something with the guy, which, you know, more power to them. They think he's ready. They see something in him. And, you know, sometimes it takes a while for them to really catch on. And, you know, maybe he'll have a takeover match sometime next year and we'll be like, wow, this Kona Reeves really made something of himself. He wins with the Hawaiian drop, which is a Samoan drop. But since he's from Hawaii, it's the Hawaiian drop.
Oh. He also does what was his other thing? It was just the dropping elbow or whatever that looks. It just reminds me a lot of Kofi Kingston's trust fall.
Yeah, he has this move where he goes up to the second rope and does an elbow drop, but he doesn't turn and jump like, you know, you would expect him to. He just falls backwards with his elbow on the guy. The way he did it, he transitioned to it and looked pretty smooth. And I was like, okay, that's kind of dumb, like as a move, but the sequence was all right. I mean, it would hurt. It's like when Ryback used to do the timber splash. Do you remember that episode of Table for Free where Daniel Bryan was giving him shit for it?
Yeah.
Where he just fell on the guy. It's like, why didn't you jump? It's like, you don't always need the jump, Daniel. It's like, but you would have so much more height and more force if you jumped.
Well, if Kona Reeves got any more height, he'd bump his elbow on the other corner post.
That's true. So yeah, that was a match that happened. Give it like a star and a half. It was a squash match, and it wasn't a particularly impressive squash match. We had Candice LeRae versus Lacey Evans. Candice LeRae was interviewed earlier in the program about how Gargano's struggles have been affecting her, because her character is completely that she is Johnny Gargano's wife.
Yes. But she needs to be her own damn woman, and she's going to be independent.
Yeah.
Walrus, you don't need no whatever.
Just want to mention briefly here, Candice LeRae has the worst ring gear in the company. She has like
good luck.
Children's quilting patterns mixed with solid colors and amateur wrestling shoes that do not match in any way anything she's got going on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I'm looking at it now. That's just... It's like... She just took a crazy quilt and cut out her entire... It's like wrapping paper. She made her outfit out of wrapping paper.
Yeah, and she needs proper wrestling boots. Cause, like... Or at least kick pads, like...
Are those Skechers?
No, I think they're like... We call them shooter boots in the business. But they're like amateur wrestling shoes. But like they don't match with anything she's got going on. She should cover them with kick pads at the very least.
Yeah.
If not switch to more appropriate wrestling attire.
I didn't remember because I didn't remember most of this match.
Yeah, like I said to Peter when we started, I'm like, I know Lacey Evans had a match. I don't remember who it was against or anything about it. Turns out it was against Candice LeRae. I will read for you Bleacher Report's summary of this match, as I have zero recollection about it. Lacey Evans took the fight to Candice LeRae right out of the gate, wrapping her arm around the ring post and seizing control after a brief flurry from Candice wrestling. Evans continued to work the arm of her opponent, looking to pick up a victory over one of the most celebrated competitors in recent independent wrestling history. That's fairly true. A little hyperbolic, but fairly true. She caught Roulet in a Cobra clutch. I remember this part. She had a Cobra clutch on for about what felt like 25 minutes.
Oh, yeah, and now I remember the finish of this. We'll get there.
Yeah. Trying to force a submission, the popular babyface fought her way into the match using her uninjured right arm. Yeah, she just started punching her with one arm. Made a one-arm comeback that was only really significant because she used a single arm. It was a regular comeback outside that. And then she, when she started running, she completely stopped selling her arm. She was running up and down like this. I was like, oh, Candace. But then she... Okay, so I remember the finish of this match now. And I also remember that Mauro Ranallo called the unprettier the Vertebraker. Bleacher Report made the same mistake. She said, using her uninjured right arm, delivered her own version of Shane Helm's Vertebraker. No. This was Christian's unprettier / kill switch. She then followed it up with Chris Jericho's Lion Salt, stealing the moves of two great Canadian wrestlers in one sequence.
I saw that. I was like, ooh. And then Kurt texted me. I'm like, oh. It's a good sequence.
I mean, it was. Yeah, I mean, hey, those Chris Jericho and Christian are both going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame real soon. So if you're going to copy people, there are worse people you can copy. It's like when we reviewed Black Panther on the podcast. It's like they really watched a lot of The Dark Knight and copied it. But if you're going to copy a superhero movie, that's probably the one to copy.
Yeah. This one, yeah, 1.5 stars also.
I'll give it 1 3/4 because Canadians.
Sure.
Mustache Mountain came out to face Jobbers. The match never got underway. The Jobbers came out, and then out of nowhere, Roderick Strong came in and murdered one of these men with a knee. And then the Undisputed Era gang-style beat down them. They surround the ring.
Next level jobbing right there.
Yeah. He jobbed in their entrance. They surround the ring. Adam Cole cut a promo saying how that you only won because of the hot UK crowd. Probably true. You were going back to the UK with those belts. They went to get in the ring and lay the beat down on Mustache Mountain. Then Ricochet's music hits, and he hit the ring and cleared the ring. We all knew that a 6-man was coming, and Ricochet, as Peter pointed out, is literally a wrestling superhero right now.
He just runs in. He's like, "Stop, criminal scum!" Jumps in, does the superhero landing.
Stop, you dastardly heels. Have no fear. Ricochet is here. Now unleash the dog of wonder. Oh man, I'm going to make that video now. I'm going to watch her on this channel. It will be Ricochet's entrance, but the theme will be replaced with the underdog theme.
Yes. Oh. It's fantastic.
Then we had a 6-man, and I heard that the 6-man at the UK event was even better than this, and this was fucking awesome. So yeah. I want to see this other 6-man real bad. 6-man tags are great because you can get 3 guys over and only have to beat 1 guy, and if it's a competitive 6-man like this, then everybody gets over.
Your AOE booking.
There was just so much crazy shit. The babyfaces had the advantage for a long time before being cut off, and the Undisputed Era went to work, and then it broke down into spots after spots after spots. Broke down to a 6-way brawl a couple of times. There was a a fun spot where Tyler Bate boosted for Trent Seven,
Oh
who
yeah.
like jumped off his hand and fell back first onto, I think it was Kyle O'Reilly, and then he tags in Ricochet, and Ricochet's like, let's try this again, and he boosts off Tyler Bate and does a moonsault. Crazy action. Adam Cole went to give Trent Seven his knee finish. Ricochet interrupted, hit him with the 630, but Kyle O'Reilly pulled him out of the ring and gave a face that only Kyle O'Reilly could, as Ricochet hit him with a tope. But out of nowhere came Roderick Strong, who gave him the end of Heartache onto the apron.
Yeah.
Rolled him back in. Adam Cole slinked over for the cover, and the Undisputed Era are your winners of this match. I haven't read the spoilers yet. I do know there is a tag team match for the titles. I suspect the Undisputed Era will be getting the belts back, which they had better, because the Undisputed Era are awesome, and I've decided that before I can die in peace, I need to see the Shield versus the Undisputed Era and the greatest six-man that's ever happened.
Yeah, you need to hold him. We did not mention my favorite spot of the whole match was Ricochet in the middle of the ring, and I think it was Roderick Strong and Adam Cole come in one high, one low, and he fucking Matrixes.
They went for total elimination on Ricochet, who just like suspended in midair, floated like a fucking vampire above the sheets, and just dodged it completely. That was pretty fucking cool. Ricochet, surprise here in 2018. Ricochet is really good at this wrestling thing. His promos need work, I will admit. But he's going to be a big star, for sure.
Yeah.
And the Undisputed Era are great. They need to win all the belts forever. They need to be called up to the main roster immediately. And just so they can have 45-minute six-man tag matches on Raw every Monday. They just kill an hour with an Undisputed Era six-man tag, and it's the greatest thing ever. And then eventually we build to the Shield versus the Undisputed Era in 2020, and I can die happy.
We finish the match. WWE closes its doors, having completed its final mission.
Yeah, we close down WWE. And it's never going to get any better than that, unless you do a 9-man match. You put the Wyatt family back together.
Oh god.
And you have a triple threat 3-man teams. Wyatt family, Undisputed Era. And
then
the Shield.
Instead of regular wrestling every week, they just show that match.
Yeah. If you want to do, like a tournament where you have like the New Day in there too, and you have the brackets, bracketology, and it leads to Undisputed Era versus the Shield, but we get 2 other good matches in there, and a 3rd place match between the Wyatt family and the New Day. Book it, WWE. 6-man tag team tournament. I don't know who. I don't know who you can name it after, but like do it. Be whoever you decide. The Freebirds Classic. There you go. The fabulous Freebirds Classic. 6-man tag team matches.
That's some solid shit.
Speaking of classics, I heard a funny story about Mae Young of the Mae Young Classic. This is from Hardcore Holly's book, The Hardcore Truth, and they have a spot booked with Mae Young and Hardcore Holly, and Mae Young goes to Hardcore Holly and is like, "I want you to give me a clothesline," and Hardcore Holly is like, "You're like 80 years old. This is television. I lay my shit in so it looks good. I don't want to give you a clothesline." And Mae Young's like, if you don't give me that clothesline and lay it in, I will come back here and kick your ass after the segment. Mae Young is the greatest woman who's ever lived. Is what I've concluded.
Fuck.
Honorable person to have a classic named after her. And this was a 4.5-star main event. like I've alluded to, the Undisputed Era can do 6-man tag main events on NXT from now until the day they all die, and I will be happy.
Yeah. Oh, no disagreement here. Just,
Yeah.
just pure gravy.
I hope they don't implode instantly when Bobby Fish comes back. I hope they can stay as a unit for a while.
Yeah, I really hope that too. I don't know, like, well, I have some ideas. Like maybe they just go into like two tag teams, or they try and figure out what they were doing before.
Well, what you can do is you can have Adam Cole win the NXT championship. You can have Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly have the tag team championships, and give Roderick Strong the North American championship, and they can just hold all the belts forever, and we can all be happy.
Never not be in a main event.
Never, always and forever, the Undisputed Era. Then, now, forever.
The main event will never set on the Undisputed Era.
No. Yeah, so that's going to wrap it up for us today. Long live the Undisputed Era. Right?
Yep.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's mirrored.
It's the 3, so that's the E, and this is the U.
U.
Got it.
Got there. Long live the Undisputed Era. Forever may they reign. And we will see you next week with more stuff, if not sooner than next week. Well, I mean, next week, yes. But there might be more than just the NXT review.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at these 6-mans and this New Japan stuff, and we'll be back later. See you then.
Peace.